Hi everyone! Okay, so you may or may not have seen my recent post. If you have, thank you for being a part. I have invited everybody on this journey through my blog, and I'm super excited for what God is doing in and through it. And just hoping and praying that people are inspired, encouraged, and being blessed through it. And it's not easy, I'll be 100% honest. It's actually really awkward and stretching for me, but I'm doing it because it's like, Lord, here I am, this is what I have, and I give it to you. Use it and you do what you have to. So yes, so thank you everyone who followed the last and most recent blog post. I got so many comments, text messages, emails. So thank you for all that. I am truly grateful. We're excited, and I just felt like I wanted to share a little bit of the experience and what we went through last week, because it was really a lot of action. First, we had our ultrasound on Be Inspired Day, Be Inspired You Day. To everybody who posted, thank you so much. It meant a lot for you to just be a part and hear how it touched you. And I always say it doesn't matter how many people it touches. It's not about me, but how many people you touch when you're going out and trying to spread what God is stirring you to spread. It's not about the mass and the multitudes. It's about the one. And just for those few people who were encouraged and inspired and blessed by it, thank you, and I'm just glad that I was able to be a part of what God is leading you, and it's an honor, and it's truly a blessing to hear from you. So thank you for that. I'm excited for next year because I'm already getting ideas and downloads and yeah, all that good stuff. So with that, on that same day, we actually had our 5th baby's ultrasound. We have one in heaven, and I'll say it forever because that's just the truth. We have a baby that rests there. And yeah, so we had that ultrasound, and I was like, my husband, he kind of he's incredible, and he was like hesitant to bring all the kids, and I'm like, no, this is my heart, and this is my family, and I'm bringing these babies, and we're bringing them. And he, of course, obviously wants them there, but it gets a little overwhelming if one's like a little bit noisy and all that kind of stuff. But I thank God, because he's gonna just become immune to it with all these babies running in our house. So we went, and oh my goodness, it was so special. Dominic and Gianna, even Alexa, they were pointing at the screen, and I will have that moment forever seared on my heart, because it was just truly a special moment to see them look at the baby like I've been looking at all of them. And okay, pregnancy hormones / just typical Bianca hormones, and I'm sensitive, so praise the Lord for that. I'm really grateful, and it was just a really special time. So we're in there, and it's like 20 minutes. It took kind of a long time because she's like, the ultrasound tech's like looking, and she's like, when's your due date? And she had my due date marked for like December, middle of December. And I told them, I'm like, I know when I got pregnant. I can tell you, out of all the pregnancies, I've never felt my body, but this time I felt the exact day and moment that I got pregnant. And I told them that numerous times, and it's like they didn't believe me. So I was like, okay, wait a second. Sorry, my closet's a little messy if you just saw the clothes. Anyhow, so I was like, well, I go, whose due date do you want? And she's like, well, what did they give you? And I said, they gave me a January 2nd, and on her monitor it said December, middle of it. And I'm like, well, that's completely wrong. I was like, and my due date was like January 6th. And she's like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. They normally want ultrasounds done 18 to 21 week mark, and I was at 17 weeks. And so she was like caught up on this, and she wipes my belly off. And Jonathan, this is where it gets good. I don't know why I share that part. Maybe because I want to say my due date changed. But anyways, just women, you know your bodies. So even if they say something, go with your gut and the Holy Spirit. But anyways, so my husband looks and goes, wait a minute, did you see? And she's like, yeah, I saw. And me and him looked at each other, because we both saw. There was one moment where we were like, we saw something, and we're like, okay, this possibly could be a girl. And he looked at me, he goes, oh my gosh. So then he starts hyperventilating in the doctor's office, and he goes to the ultrasound tech. Mind you, she's like cracking up hysterically, not knowing that he's being 100% serious. And she's like laughing, and he's like, can you just be 100% honest with me? Can you just tell me if this baby's gonna have future chest hair or not? And she started laughing. She's like, well, I go, actually, I think what he's meaning to ask you is if he's gonna have to pay for 3 weddings or not. And she just was laughing hysterically, and he looks at me and he goes, babe, I'm seriously gonna pass out right now. I'm hyperventilating. And I'm like, okay, you just need to calm down and let's get out of here. And so we walked out, and he wanted to ruin the moment, open the envelope right then and there. I am like, hold the phone. You are not ruining this for me. I'm carrying these babies. I want to do something special. So he's like, can you just call Stephanie, which is our cousin slash one of my best friends that I grew up with since whatever, 5. And he's like, can you just text her and see if she can do our pictures tonight? Mind you, we weren't supposed to get them done till Friday because we were having people over Saturday. And I didn't want to face anyone and have a poker face. So whatever. We go and we have this moment. If you haven't seen the pictures, she did incredible. She took beautiful, beautiful pictures, and I can't decide what I want to frame. But anyways, she took our pictures, and this is crazy. Listen to this. So we did smoke bombs, and with the smoke bombs, we were going to use purple to reveal the color, or blue, and we had more purple balls, smoke bombs, balls, smoke, whatever. Anyways, we had more of those, and she went through them, and she's like, okay, I got to get another color. And Johnson's like, yes, it's a boy, it's a boy. And I'm like, babe, I think she just went through them all and none of them are working. None of the pink or none of the purple smoke bombs worked. And I was like, okay, this is just I'm gonna take this in. I'm gonna stay calm because I was really nervous. And so what happened is whatever, she went through a different color, and then she got the orange because that's the only other color we could use that worked. And it revealed that it was a girl. And I'm just going to be 100% honest with you. If you go back and watch one of my first videos that I did about baby Russo, I think I might have labeled it as a post of baby Russo number 5. I told you about all these things that had happened, of how I knew that I was going to get pregnant and all this stuff. The last thing that happened right before my pregnancy test was we were walking home with my kids after my mom showed me this random butterfly box that her doctor that she worked for gave her. And we go home, and on the path, right as we were stepping onto the path, was a girl who was drawn in pregnancy. And I didn't announce the sex of it because I was like, hold off, because I just want to make sure this is fully God. But anyways, there was there was a girl drawn. She had long hair, and it was traced in pink. She was a stick figure, and in the middle of her stomach was a big blue circle, and it said baby boy. And I kid you not, I was like, okay, this is like, I thought, okay, yep, it's a boy. So that was one of probably 6 or 7 things. And I told you and mentioned there's a cousin who always dreams. She always gets a dream before I get a positive pregnancy test. She always knows what sex I'm having. She had a dream. She knew before I was pregnant, and she's like, whoever's pregnant is gonna have a boy. And I knew, actually, no, I didn't know I was pregnant. But anyways, I was like, okay. So then when I found out I was pregnant, I'm like, this is for sure a boy. So all that to say, we're in this moment. Stephanie does the smoke bombs that took forever to even work because none of the colors were working. And we had the most of purple out of any of them, and not one of them worked. So that happened. Then I couldn't see anyone because I'm just going to be honest, I was... Actually, I'm not going to go there. So anyways, I was really thrown off. And more thrown off than any of my babies. I was thrown off when I had Gianna because I thought it was a boy. But even more thrown off than that. So anyways, I then was like, I can't see anyone because I am not going to be able to play a poker face right now until the day that our family's coming over to do the reveal. So I literally was like, babe, can we just go out? The following day we went out. Literally the only person I saw was the babysitter since anything. Since the night before when we took our pictures. Now listen to how crazy this is. I kid you not. When I was pregnant with Alexa, I knew kind of and had a feeling she was a girl. I gravitated towards all this girl stuff, and I just had a feeling it was a girl. And everyone was telling me it was a girl, and that usually is one of the voices that is accurate. Like when everyone gives you the majority vote, that's usually what happens. So majority vote, everything, Alexa was a girl. But when I had Alexa, I had a boy name that I knew for a fact. I was like, okay, when and if, more so when we have another baby and it's a boy, I already have the name. So rewind, we're going out. We had a babysitter, and listen to how crazy this is. We walk into Marshall's because I wanted to get downloads for the new nursery that I'm going to kind of renovate. And I walk in, and Jonathan's the next aisle over from me, and there's this massive what's it called? Picture frame with writing on it, and it says humble and kind, and I'm like, okay, that's for the new nursery. I'm going to put that over the bed. And this worker comes up to me, and he's like, do you need help? And I'm like, no, I got it. And really, I probably should have just said yes, but I was like in a moment. And sometimes I get nervous around men because I'm like, okay, my husband, I just want him to help me. So anyways, I was like, okay. I was like, no, thank you. So then, oblivious, like he said something else to me, and I was kind of not paying attention because I was focused on Jonathan being at the next aisle over, and yada, yada, yada. He kind of can get protective in a good way. And I was like, okay. So anyways, Jonathan came up, he helped me, whatever. I didn't notice the name tag on the kid's name, nothing. And he's the only other guy that I interacted with in the store that was a help worker, and didn't notice the name tag. Anyways, we're going to check out. We got a big bench for our kitchen table and a couple other things for the nursery and the house, and which Marshall's, if anyone goes in there and loves to interior to decorate or whatever with the homes, it's just total danger zone no matter when you go. So we're walking out, and I'm like walking to the car thinking, okay, I'm just gonna leave the cart here. They're gonna call somebody to help, and they call somebody to help. It's the same kid, but I'm like walking out with Jonathan to go to the truck, and he's like, babe, stay here. Stay with the stuff, and I'm gonna come get you. And I'm like, okay, but can't I just come to the car? And I was like, I just want to sit. I'm ready to crash, because mind you, it was like 9:30 at night, and I just want to sit. And he's like, okay. He's like, no, just wait here. So I wait here. The guy that comes out is the same guy who wanted to help me lift the frame in the first place, and I'm talking to him. Still didn't look at his name tag. Honestly, I don't even remember seeing a name tag on him ever. Not once did I see a name tag. But anyways, we're talking, and he's like, yeah, he's like, we're talking about the rain and how it was raining. He's like, my uncle has a painting company, and I was just outside all day painting houses, and it was downpouring, this, that, and this. I go, you paint houses? And he's like, yeah. I go, well, my husband on the way here was just saying how he wanted to get the outside of our house painted. And he's like, oh, take my uncle's number. He has a company. So I take his uncle's number, and he goes, tell him, and then the name, he goes, tell him blank, his nephew told you to contact him. And I looked at him, and I go, your name is that? And I said his name, and he goes, yeah. I go, you've got to be kidding me. I literally got in my truck, slammed the door shut, and was like, this is a joke. And I get in the car, Jonathan gets in the car, and he started calling him by his name, and whatever. He's like, thanks, and joking around, because he always jokes. And I go, babe, did you hear this kid's name? Did you hear his name? He goes, babe, it's right on his name tag. I go, I kid you not. I didn't even see a name on his name tag. Long story short, his name was the name that we were going to name the boy if this baby was a boy. And I'm like, okay, that's just really crazy. This kid, out of anybody who could have came and helped, they could have sent anybody. They sent this kid. Mind you, if I never would have talked to him about painting our house, I would have never got his name, because I didn't even notice he had a name tag. So I say all this to say, I'm probably going to have, if this baby is not a boy, I'm probably going to have another kid, because that's how loud this name is. And with that said, not only that, it was an insane surprise to see on our little envelope that it said it's a girl. And there was no picture of any part of the body, which normally on every ultrasound there was that. And people probably think I'm crazy, but I just am really thrown off. This one threw me off big time, and we're super excited, and I'm really excited, and I can't wait to see and hold and hug and smell the baby. But I say all that to say, I am just thrown off through a little loop, and I still think it's crazy ironic, and more so than anything, I think I want this documented so there's proof of that God has really got a divine appointment and a timing for this baby boy that is going to come into our life at some point. But yeah, so I'm probably saying that we're going to have another kid, even though I can't even think about it. And yeah, so that's our pregnancy story. Then we came Saturday, went and announced the gender to our family. Really, it was more so for the kids, but it was super special because Gianna this whole time's like, it's a girl, we're gonna name her Mia, which we're not naming her Mia, but we're gonna name her Mia, and this, that, and this, and now she's calling her Gianna, and I'm like, okay, well, there's not enough room for two in our house, girl, you're the only one for us. And so we got the surprise. The balloons first popped, and I'm like, this is a joke. In my house, I had gold specks over. My husband got mad at me, and then we go to do the reveal. All the balloons started falling off this canvas. I'm like, this is not even happening. But really, it's fun, and it's real life, and that's how I am. I'm real life. So this is real life, and how we found out, and it was just super fun. So it was good to see Gianna's reaction and scream with her, and I kind of sort of liked that my husband was a part, because he usually would not want to be doing that kind of stuff and getting dirty, but he got really messy with paint, and that was fun for me. So that blessed me, I think, more than any part of the night. And he sacrificed, got paint on him, and it was good. And I got to laugh for it because it was hilarious. But I say all that to say, God is good. He is so faithful. Even when we may expect one direction, he kind of tweaks us and turns us, because it's but it's ultimately part of his will and his divine plan. And sometimes we might not see the big picture, but he sees it. He knows what our family needs, and he knows what each child needs. It's not just for me or for my husband. He knows what we all need, and he's forever faithful. So thank you all for staying and being a part of this movement. I'm so blessed that you are a part of this journey with this baby. It's been super fun, super exciting, and you guys are like family to me now, and to us, and to our family, and it's just been good. I'm excited to share the moment when we get to say, here's baby, and we don't have a name, but it's going to be an Italian girl's name. I got a couple I'm starting to look at, so I'm excited. Anything else that I want to say? Oh, for everybody who did comment me on the original post of our baby reveal and blog post, you guys are going to be entered into a drawing, and I'm hopefully going to get it done tonight. And you're going to all get one of my favorite things. I think I'm going to put 4 or 5 things in there, and it's going to get shipped to you, and it's just going to be a thank you and a shout out and a little love for just being along on this journey. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Be blessed, be encouraged, and as always, be inspired.